Basics. A lot of boiling water, a little amount of asparagus. But that's not enough. Seasoning. You know, a famous chef once said, I don't know where you come from, but where I come from, my water doesn't come seasoned. And he's right. There's no seasoning or flavor in that water. Why cook in something that doesn't have any flavor? Salt. Looked like a lot, but it's really not. You're not eating that salt. Most of that water and salt is going to stay right there in the pot. You're just looking to season these green vegetables, and it also helps the color. Seasoned with salt, I'll taste it. Why not? It only takes me 5 seconds, and I like the taste. It's seasoned the way I like my chicken soup seasoned. That's what I think about. I don't say, is it enough or is it not enough? I look to see, if this were chicken soup, would I want to add salt to it or not? To me, that's perfect. And I always say, just a little more, because it's going into an ice bath that doesn't have any salt. Rapid boiling water, strainer basket, bring that back to a boil. We want to cook this on a rapid boil. I'm willing to take that extra 30 seconds to let that come back to a boil. While that's coming back to a boil, I want to look at another green vegetable. Let's look at some broccoli. Let's evaluate if this is good. Of course, this also needs to be inspected thoroughly to make sure that there's no bugs or any critters in there, for kosher reasons, for hygienic reasons as well. So we're going to take a look at this. You're going to see that little blue tinge. That's what you're looking for. The bluer the better. That means it's fresh. To prepare it, today we're doing florets. This base, it's woody and delicious, and it makes a great soup, makes a great chip all on its own, but we're focusing on the green part. We want to have our green vegetables be green, taste green, and not be overcooked, and we're going to look at just cooking the florets. So you see all I'm doing is just breaking it down. So I have these cute little florets. Remember, if it tastes good raw, it'll probably have a good chance of tasting good cooked. Broccoli, asparagus. I'm going to start with asparagus. Less than a minute. You don't want there to be overcrowding in the pot. You want the water to remain boiling. If you need to help it by covering it for just a second, make sure you're on the highest setting. You want this to be rapid boiling water. It's the key. How do we know if it's done? I have my tongs. Now, asparagus, if you were to serve this hot, you can always reheat this last minute. Serving it cold, you could do it with just a little lemon vinaigrette, a balsamic vinaigrette. It's just a fantastic vegetable. And from my experience, people either love it or hate it. There's very little gray area. Let's pull one out and see where we stand. See, that's a great way to tell what your doneness is. I want it to be fork tender. When I say fork, I mean spoon also. All right. I'd say we're about there. Got a nice little bubble going. Right into an ice bath. We want to cool that off right away. What that does is retain that color. You put it in an ice bath, and you end up with this incredibly vibrant green. It locks in the chlorophyll, and there's nothing more dramatic than the green that comes off of asparagus. Shake it around a little. Get into it. Feels good, actually. You see how green that is? That is so vibrant. Do you remember what we started with? That makes a point. That's eating with your eyes. You look at that, you say it's going to taste good. Let's get it out of the water. Now, you don't want this to soak in the water too long. There's no reason. Once it's cold, it's there. Take that out, drain it. I have a paper towel. Pull off some of the excess liquid. Reserve that. Let's move back to our broccoli. Same rules. Let's get that in. I don't want to put too much. Want to keep the temperature boiling. Just set that up. Nice big stack. We'll put that aside for later. Our broccoli is boiling. You know, broccoli cooks very quickly. Let's test that. How long was that? 30 seconds or so? Not yet. Not quite yet. Still crudité. I don't want crudité when I'm eating cooked vegetables. If I want raw vegetables, I want raw vegetables. If I want cooked vegetables, I want them to be cooked. But I don't want them to be mush. You know what the difference between overcooked and properly cooked vegetables are? Probably 40 seconds. And you can see the color is starting to really come out. That looks about right. Fork tender. I still have ice in my ice water. If I don't, add a little more. Let's take that out. Drain it into the ice bath. Let's do the old comparison again. Swirl it, make sure the ice comes up to the top. Remember, hot water rises, so you got to move it. They call this shocking. Shocking green vegetables when they come out of the boiling water. It really is beautiful. Also, you know, these are like sponges. If you overcook them, they'll just soak up all the water. So once they're cool, take them right out. We have our broccoli. We're going to drain, get rid of that extra water. We don't want watery broccoli. We don't want watery asparagus. Now, a really quick serving suggestion on the asparagus. Squeeze a little fresh lemon. A little olive oil. Extra virgin. Little fresh herbs never hurt. Show the garnish, show people what you have there. Little black pepper. I think that makes a statement. Simple, perfect, delicious.